Hey everyone, and welcome back to Adulting 2. Today we're talking about something that can feel really daunting, figuring out who to vote for. Voting is important. It's our chance to have a say in shaping the world we want to live in. Choosing a candidate can actually be broken down into a few manageable steps. So whether you're a first-time voter or you just feel a little lost in the political maze, stick around. In this video, we're going to demystify the process and give you the tools you need to cast your vote with confidence. Let's get started. First things first, before you can even begin to think about candidates, you have to know what you stand for. We all have core values that shape our worldview. Maybe you're super passionate about environmental issues, or maybe access to affordable healthcare is something you really care about. These are the things that are going to guide your choice, way more than any campaign slogan or catchy jingle ever could. And it's not just about the issues themselves, but also the kind of leadership you want to see. Do you value honesty and integrity above all else, or are you looking for someone who's a strong leader, even if they're not always conventional? Think about the qualities that resonate with you in any leader. What is it about them that makes you want to follow their lead? These are the kinds of questions that can help you figure out what you're really looking for in a candidate. The more you understand your own beliefs, the more confident you'll be in making a decision that feels right for you. All right, so you've spent some time soul searching and you've got a pretty good handle on your values. You know what matters to you, what you stand for, and what you want to see in the world. Now it's time to see how those values line up with the candidates who are actually running for office. This is where the real work begins. This is where things can start to feel a little overwhelming, especially if you're looking at a really long ballot. It can be daunting to sift through all the names and promises. But don't worry, we're not going to let you drown in a sea of campaign promises and political jargon. We've got a plan to help you navigate this. The key here is to focus on the issues that matter most to you. What are the top 3 or 4 issues that you care about the most? Start by checking out the candidates' websites. This is a great way to get a sense of what they stand for. Most campaigns have a section dedicated to their platforms where they outline their stances on various issues. Take your time to read through these sections carefully. And here's a pro tip: don't just rely on the candidates' websites for information. They can be biased and only show the best side of the candidate. There are tons of great non-partisan resources out there that can give you a more objective view. Websites like Ballotpedia and VoteSmart are awesome for comparing candidates side by side on a range of issues. These sites allow you to see how candidates stack up against each other on the issues that matter to you. It's like having a cheat sheet for your research. As you're researching, make a list of the issues that are most important to you. Write down your top priorities and keep them in mind as you evaluate each candidate, and see how each candidate measures up. Check off the issues that align with your values and see who comes out on top. The goal is to find someone whose values and priorities most closely align with your own. This way you can feel confident that your vote is going to someone who will represent your interests. So you've got a handle on what matters to you, and you've started exploring where the candidates stand on those issues. That's a great start, but it's just the beginning of your journey as an informed voter. Now it's time to go a little deeper, to look beyond the campaign promises and see what these candidates have actually done. Campaigns are full of lofty promises and grand visions, but actions speak louder than words, because let's be real, anyone can make promises. It's easy to say you'll change the world when you're on the campaign trail, but delivering on those promises is a different story. But the true test of a candidate's character is their track record, what they've actually accomplished in the past. This is where you can separate the talkers from the doers. Now, this step is especially relevant if you're looking at a candidate who's held office before. Their past actions in office can provide a wealth of information about their capabilities and priorities. If that's the case, you have a whole history to draw on. You can examine their voting records, the bills they've sponsored, and the policies they've championed. You can look at their voting record on specific bills, see what policies they've supported, and get a sense of how they've actually governed in the past. This can give you a clearer picture of their true priorities and values. Think of it like checking someone's references before you hire them for a job. You wouldn't hire someone without knowing their work history, right? You want to know if they've got the experience and the skills to actually do what they say they're going to do. Their past achievements can be a strong indicator of their future performance. A candidate's past actions can tell you a lot about their priorities, their values, and their ability to get things done. It's not just about what they say they'll do, but what they've already done. Remember, the past isn't always a perfect predictor of the future, but it can give you valuable insights into a candidate's character and their potential for leadership. By understanding their track record, you can make a more informed decision about who deserves your vote. Okay, so you've done your research, you've read the platforms, you've delved into their track records. Now it's time for the main event. Watching the candidates in action. Debates and interviews are your chance to see beyond the carefully crafted sound bites and get a feel for who these candidates really are. When you're watching a debate, pay attention to how the candidates handle themselves under pressure. Do they stay calm and collected, even when they're being grilled on tough issues? Or do they get defensive or evasive? Listen to how they answer the questions. Do they offer concrete solutions, or do they just spout vague platitudes? Beyond the words themselves, pay attention to the overall tone and demeanor of the candidates. Debates and interviews give you a glimpse into their personality, their temperament, and their ability to think on their feet, all qualities that are important in a leader. We live in a world where information spreads faster than ever before. With just a few taps on our screens, we can access news from across the globe in an instant. And while that can be a good thing, it also means that it's easier than ever for misinformation to take root and spread like wildfire. A single misleading post can reach millions within minutes, creating confusion and mistrust. That's why it's more important than ever to be critical consumers of information, especially when it comes to something as important as an election. Elections shape our future, and making informed decisions is crucial. Don't just believe everything you read online or see on social media. Take a moment to question the source and the intent behind the information. Before you cast your vote, take some time to fact-check the claims you've heard. Look for evidence and cross-reference information from multiple reliable sources. There are tons of great resources out there that can help you separate fact from fiction. These tools are designed to help you navigate the complex world of information. Websites like factcheck.org and PolitiFact are dedicated to verifying the accuracy of political statements and news stories. They provide detailed analyses and context that can help you understand the bigger picture. And don't just limit yourself to fact-checking the things you disagree with. It's equally important to scrutinize information that aligns with your beliefs. It's important to be critical of information that supports your own biases as well. Challenge your assumptions and be open to new perspectives. Remember, we all have biases, and it's easy to fall into the trap of believing something just because it confirms what we already think. Breaking out of this echo chamber is essential for true understanding. Democracy depends on informed citizens. Our collective decisions shape the society we live in. It's our responsibility to educate ourselves and make sure we're basing our decisions on facts, not falsehoods. By doing so, we contribute to a healthier, more informed democracy. So there you have it. 5 steps to help you navigate the sometimes overwhelming world of politics and make an informed decision at the ballot box. Remember, your vote is your voice. It's your chance to shape the world you want to live in. Don't let anyone tell you that your vote doesn't matter. It does. Every single vote counts. By following these 5 steps, identifying your values, researching platforms, reviewing track records, watching debates, and fact-checking, you'll be well prepared to make an informed decision at the ballot box. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out more tips on mastering adulthood right here on Adulting 2.0.